Tanya and I'm a recruiting coach at Recruit for Business. In today's video, I'll be talking about a dreadful topic for many business owners, in-person interviews. So let's talk about the basics: preparing for the interview, legal aspects, and conducting interviews. Before the actual in-person interview, we suggest you make sure that a candidate has the minimum qualifications required for the position and that the pay range for the position matches their requirements. Carefully examine the candidate's resume. You can watch our video, What Does a Recruiter Look For in a Resume, to get more detailed insight on that. Let your recruiter or HR manager conduct a short pre-screening call to cover the basic questions, like what candidate is looking for, when can they start, do they have relevant experience you're looking for, what are their salary expectations, etc. Assess the candidate to get more information about their potential and personality. Remember, there are no bad personalities, but different personalities match different positions. And it's more financially feasible to spend $200 for an assessment before spending your time for an actual in-person interview. You can watch our video Assessing for Success to learn more about it. When setting up an interview with the candidate, don't forget to send them a confirmation email with the clear address where to come, date, time, and information on parking if necessary. Let them know how long the interview will take. If you're ready to interview the candidate, make sure you prepare the questions to ask them. We usually suggest conducting interviews in 2 rounds. Round 1, knowledge-based interview to make sure the candidate fits the position you need to fill, and round 2, behavioral interview to make sure the candidate fits your company's culture. Prepare questions for the first interview. Review the job description and the candidate's resume. Be ready to provide the candidate information about the company and the benefits offered for this position. Do not forget about the legal aspects when preparing interview questions. There are 2 basic rules that apply to asking questions. First, you need to make sure that all questions are job-related, and second, all questions can reasonably be asked of all candidates. It is important rather the way you ask the question, which dictates if it is legal or not. Some things you should not ask about are marital status, age, religion, national origin, arrests or convictions. Let's review some examples of popular interview questions. Legal: are you able to work 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.? This is stating the required schedule for the position, perfectly fine. Illegal: do you have childcare? This could be viewed as discriminatory. Legal: what are you looking for in compensation? You're asking their salary expectations. Illegal: what are you currently making? As of 2020, about half of the states in the US have a salary history ban. Legal: are you 18 or over? Illegal: how old are you? This is discriminatory. Legal: are you legally authorized to work in the United States? Illegal: are you a US citizen? It doesn't matter if they're a citizen, have a green card, or have other valid work authorization. If they're authorized to work in the United States, you cannot discriminate. I think you get the concept. In reality, the illegal questions do not pertain to the job and are often based on the common biases. I will attach a link to the article regarding this in the description of this video below. Make sure you're consistent in obtaining the same information from all the candidates you interview for the position. Your interview process should be structured, and every candidate should be asked the same set of questions. Even if a candidate discloses private information about themselves, do not make any notes on that and do not ask additional questions. Just as you should ask only job-related questions, you must disregard any information the applicant voluntarily discloses that is not related to the job. As an idea, you can create a library of interview questions and have your HR attorney review them. You can select the questions from the library for each interview ahead of time. Now let's talk about conducting the interview. The candidate should feel comfortable during your interview and be able to open up to you. This depends on your interviewing style and willingness to make it safe for them to share information about themselves. Remember the saying, what you want for yourself, give to another. Making a good first impression is very important. Keep your office clean and make it inviting. Ask a candidate if they'd like a beverage. You might be surprised how offering coffee or cookies gets an immediate smile and places candidates at ease. Kind gestures will make the candidate feel more at home. You can start with a small talk, asking how was the traffic, for example, then introduce everybody in the room, including their names and job titles. Tell them what will be covered and how long it will take. Tell them that you will be taking notes and let them know there will be time for them to ask questions as well. If you allow the questions to be asked throughout the interview, it will feel more like a conversation. If you have two people conduct an interview, I suggest that one talks to the candidate and another one observes and makes notes. Make sure you listen to the full answer before asking your next question. Never start an interview with the question, "Tell me about yourself." That is too vague, and the candidate will just not know where to start. You might want to begin the meeting with a verbal recap of the resume highlights. During the first interview, you want to find out if a person is a good fit for the job. Check the knowledge of the candidate, make sure they have the skills you're looking for. The second interview is where you're trying to find out if a person is a good cultural fit for your company, and you will want to ask more behavioral-based questions and dig more into the personality side of things. We recommend you identify the key traits of successful employees in your company, and all of your existing key employees should share these specific traits. Come up with a list of 10 traits that will illustrate what is required to successfully fit within your organization. Ask questions which will help determine if a candidate has those traits. Look up our video, Hiring for Company Culture, to get more information on this. If a candidate has little experience in dealing with a specific situation, you can ask them a hypothetical one. It will tell you how the person thinks and solves the problems. Remember, there are no right or wrong questions. The purpose is rather to see how a person thinks. Be aware of your body language. Don't cross your arms, be engaged, lean forward. Make it easier for a candidate to interact with all the interviewers. As you're closing the interview, ask the candidate if there's anything else that the candidate would like to tell you about his or her qualifications. Ask if they have any questions, provide documents describing your company and benefits, ask if the candidate is interested in the job based on the information you have provided during the interview. And last but not least, end the interview by telling the candidate when to expect further contact from you. The candidate should know what the next steps are if they're moving forward. Walk the candidate out and thank them for the interest in the company and the available position and for spending the time interviewing. I hope this information was useful, and if you have any additional questions, feel free to comment. Recruit for Business provides quality HR consulting, including conducting interviews and personality assessments. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our channel.